Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another full face of dupes video. I freaking love filming these and you guys seem to enjoy them as well, so I feel like it works out for everyone. So essentially what I've got here is a bunch of high-end expensive department store makeup brands, and then I have found exact matching dupes. So products that perform the same, that look the same, that work the same, but they cost a whole lot less. Less pressure on your bank account. And what we're gonna do is apply them side by side. So this side will do the high end, this side will do the drugstore affordable dupes. And yeah, gives you guys the chance to see just exactly how close they look, and hopefully everybody saves a bit of money. So without further ado, let's jump straight on into it. Now, obviously, if you are new here, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. And also for the rest of you, please hit the notification bell. YouTube is not telling you guys that I am uploading. You are all missing all of the videos. So make sure you hit that notification bell. And yes, I gotta get some makeup on because I am looking a little bit scary today. Okay, first up, the primer that we are duping today is the brand new Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. This is a relatively new product on the market. Everybody's going crazy over it, but it is expensive. Now, the dupe that I have here doesn't come in the same packaging, like the same format. This one's kind of like a solid balm, and you scoop a bit out and apply it to the skin. But I did find this one by Rimmel that, in my opinion, wears the same, looks the same, and performs the same on the skin. This is the Rimmel Fix and Perfect Makeup Primer. As far as application, they look quite different. This Rimmel one here is quite liquidy, it's quite runny. It kind of, when you first apply it, it kind of appears like sunscreen. It doesn't perform like a regular sunscreen. It is SPF 25. I think I said that earlier. But once it's applied and sort of settled into the skin and whatnot, it feels exactly the same as the Tatcha. It looks beautiful. It blurs everything out. And it also has ingredients in it that are good for the skin. Gives like a hydrated sort of silicone kind of feel to the skin. Feels nice. Now I've got a little of the Tatcha one and I'm going to apply that just to the other side. Honestly, if you could read through the camera and feel both sides of my face, cannot tell a difference. They feel exactly the same. It feels like I've applied the same product over my entire face. I will admit, the Tatcha one smells better. Yeah. Okay, next up for foundation, I have the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. You guys know I adore this, and I spoke in a recent dupe video about this Maybelline match for it, and so many of you wanted to see it demonstrated on the skin. So this is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation, and obviously, like I said, the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. Both of these are holy grails of mine. They look gorgeous, amazing coverage, very smoothing on the skin, and very, very long wearing. I'm just applying the Studio Fix. You guys are probably sick of hearing about this Maybelline foundation because I feel like I've spoken about it in that many videos, but you guys, it's that good. Like, it deserves the attention. You need to hear about it. Gives really nice coverage without being, you know, heavy on the skin. It still feels really nice and lightweight. It photographs absolutely gorgeously under flash photography. It was my favorite foundation in my kit for doing, you know, things like proms and brides and all those kinds of special events. It was my favorite product to use. So going in on the Maybelline side and just applying it. If there was any kind of difference between the two formulas, I would say that the Maybelline one is higher in coverage, but the MAC one is buildable. So if you did want to get, you know, additional coverage out of it, it's actually quite easy to do so. And don't freak out about the color. I'm matching my neck and my chest because I am fake tanned at the minute, you guys. So many of you are like, oh my God, you're applying the wrong foundation color. And then I'm like, hi. No, I'm not. Okay, so looking in the mirror, both sides of my face look exactly the same. They both dry down to a velvety matte finish. The coverage is great, but at the same time, it doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look like I've caked on heaps and heaps of foundation. It just looks good. Okay, so for brows, we're going in with a pencil, and I've got the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. It's a double-sided pencil, so one end is the actual pencil, and then the other side it has a little spoolie here. This one's really well known for having a cool little shape. It's kind of like a triangle pencil, so you can fill larger areas of the brow, or you can also draw little hairs. It kind of doubles as both, and I have a little dupe, basically exactly the same for it. This is the L'Oreal Brow Artist Expert, and again, at one side of it, you have the brow pencil. The other side, you have a little spoolie. And both of these have that funny little triangle shape to the pencil, making them really versatile. Now, I'm using the shade Cool Brunette in the L'Oreal one. I find that both of these look really nice and natural once they're in. Like, it doesn't look, you know how sometimes your brows, like, they look colored in? This won't do that. All right, and now taking the Benefit pencil. I would say that the Benefit's got a slightly drier formula They both are relatively dry though. I always start at the outer corner, sort of outer third of the brow, and then slowly work my way in. Otherwise, you sort of risk ending up with a super heavy brow by accident. Okay, so now that the brows are done, we are moving on to the eyes. And first, we're going to start off by priming them. And I've got this little primer here by Marc Jacobs. This is the Marc Jacobs Undercover Perfecting Coconut Eye Primer. I know that a lot of people love and adore this, but she is quite pricey. I reckon this Revlon Color Stay one here is basically nearly an exact dupe. Now, I will definitely preface this by saying neither of these are holy grails for me. I don't particularly tend to gravitate towards them. I don't find myself using them. For me, it's the MAC Pro Langway Paint Pots. You guys know that. But still, hopefully, you know, seeing a little dupe for the coconut one, it's always sold out too. Like, it's really, really popular. Hopefully, seeing a dupe helps you guys out. Both of these primers are kind of like little silicone based ones. They feel very smoothing on the lid. The issue for me is I've got such oily lids and I kind of need something that really dries down to a completely matte budge proof finish, and these ones kind of stay a little tacky. They're okay if they're set down with translucent powder, which we will do, but yeah, with me being so oily, I can't really get them to work, but I do know a lot of people love them, like a lot. And then the Revlon one is literally exactly the same color, same formula. It feels the same. It gives the same finish on the eyes. And I also prefer primers that really like completely color in the lid space. They hide, you know, that darkness. They hide the capillaries, just all that stuff. Now for eyeshadows today, we're going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. So many of you call this your most loved, most used, most adored palette in the entire world. This one's full of like really pretty pinky undertones. It's just quite a nice neutral palette. Personally, again, not a favorite of mine, but the best and closest dupe I can find for it is this one by Wet n Wild. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Rose in the Air. In my opinion, this is also a super, super, super close dupe for the Naked Heat palette by Urban Decay. But yeah, we're basically going to be using both of them, and I'm just going to quickly use a light color to set down both of those primers so that my eyeshadow actually stays in place all day long. I'm thinking today I'm going to do like a purpley burgundy reddy kind of makeup look. So I'm going to start out with this one from the Modern Renaissance, this pinky shade here. And I'm just going to sweep that one sort of through the crease and a little through the outer crease there, kind of as a transition shade. And then going into the matching color in the Wet n Wild one, it's literally exactly the same. I do think, you know, and it's quite obvious as you can see from application here, that the Wet n Wild one has a little bit less pigmentation, but at the same time, I actually think the Wet n Wild one is easier to blend than the Anastasia one. Okay, next up I'm going into Love Letter, which is this beautiful deep rich pink. And I'm gonna work that one through sort of like the lower crease, keeping it more towards the lid space than the outer crease kind of area. Does that even make any sense? And then picking up the exact matching color from the Wet n Wild palette and buffing that one in as well. Don't worry if the lid looks ratchet. We're gonna put a color over it later. Doesn't matter. And then going in with this rich terracotta shade here, I'm going to go basically straight over the pink and also over the lid with that. Sort of working that one in. I love a good sort of reddy pink smoky eye. And then the matching one in the Anastasia is this one here, Red Ochre. I buff it through the crease first and then I'll pat it onto the lid. These seriously look exactly the same on both eyes. You cannot tell a difference whatsoever. So that is the Wet n Wild side. Not chunky, not choppy. Looks good. And then using the other side of that brush, going back into Red Ochre. And applying it on the opposite eye. And then basically I'm just working those same colours through the lower lash lines, just kind of, you know, blending them in, I guess. Now I don't have any mascara dupes, so I'm quickly going to pop on mascara and lashes off camera and I'll be right back. All right, so lashes and mascara are on and I did end up doing a winged eyeliner. It just happened, okay? It was completely out of my control. To keep you guys filled in, I use the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara. It's my fave. It doesn't smudge on oily skin. I use the Kat Von D Tattoo Eyeliner. Also my fave because it doesn't transfer or smudge on oily skin. And then the lashes that I am wearing are the Nikkia Joy Cosmetics Alana lashes. Yeah, these ones are like super fluffy and curly and also really comfortable. Okay, moving on to concealer now. I've got two concealers here. Now originally, this is the Makeup Revolution Define and Conceal and Define? Conceal and Define. Define and Conceal. This one. Originally, I thought that this was a super close dupe to the Tarte Shape Tape, and it definitely is, but I also think it's a great dupe for this one by Urban Decay. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Full Coverage Concealer. Both of these are full coverage, both of these are blendable and really, really, really long lasting. So I'm gonna apply the Makeup Revolution one. You have to blend this one in straight away. It sets down so fast, and if you let it sort of set on the skin, yeah, it doesn't blend in. Covering up any blemishes. I have got a bit at the minute. I ate a family size bag of Skittles. Why? I'm sorry, but if you put food in front of me, I'm gonna eat it. Okay? It's what happens. Literally, like, you have to physically move food away from me, otherwise I eat it. I've got issues. Now for the Urban Decay one. So applying that under the eye. Again, you got to blend this in straight away. Otherwise, it's just like, it won't budge. They dry down like paint. They're completely budge proof. They're oil proof. They're crease proof. Like, they are not here to muck around, basically. All right, so I've got both of those blended in. Again, I feel like both sides of my face look exactly the same. Really full coverage. They've blended out really well, and they've also corrected any of that darkness that I had under my eyes. All right, so for setting powder, I've actually got some pressed powders today. Not something I usually use. This one here by NARS is so popular. Everybody goes crazy for this. This is the NARS Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder. Say that 10 times in a row, I dare you. It's a great setting powder, very light on the skin. It's very smoothing. It just makes your skin look super, super nice. And in my opinion, a great dupe for this one is this one by Wet n Wild. Now, I understand that this one looks completely white in the pan and this one looks colored. Yes, but this one's definitely translucent on the skin as well. It doesn't really add any color or any texture. Both of them make your skin look really nice and blurred out, and both of them just you can't feel that they're there. They're so lightweight that you can't even feel that they're there. So first going in with the NARS one, and I like to use a beauty blender like any other powder, and I basically just sort of tap the beauty blender into the powder and then press the powder into the skin. Like, look how that has instantly removed any texture that's there. Just feels velvety soft on my face as well. It's a really nice powder. That's why so much of mine has been used. And then switching to the Wet n Wild one on the other side, basically doing the same thing, dabbing, going in and pressing it into the skin. Alrighty, and if I feel both sides, yeah, it feels exactly the same. Very smooth and like silky and velvety and not sticky. Okay, for the high-end bronzer, I've got one of the new Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzers. This is in the shade Saddle. Really beautiful matte bronzer, super pigmented and super easy to blend. And I think the perfect dupe for this is this one by NYX. This is the NYX Matte Bronzer. I've got the shade Deep Tan. If you put them up side by side, essentially the same color. I think that the NYX one is just as pigmented, it's just as long lasting, it's just as creamy and easy to blend. I think save your money, get this one. Okay, going in and applying the one by Anastasia first. Blending. I think last time I showed you guys this one, I did like a completely cool tone look, and then I used the bronzer, and because it's a little bit warm tone, it was like, whoa, like it looked crazy. But it actually matches my skin really well when I'm wearing like a warm toned eye like this one. And blending it up through the hairline. I really need to color my roots. It's making my hair look like it's receding. What? Now going on to the other side, taking the NYX bronzer. Both of these, I will just quickly say, I am dabbing into the product and then tapping off excess. Both of them are super pigmented, and you don't want to go straight in with all of that product on your brush because it's gonna look choppy and messy, and yeah, it'll just like absorb into the foundation basically, so just be careful. For blush, I've got one of my favorites by MAC. This is MAC Pincher Peach. This is one of their powder blushes. I love the MAC powder blush formula. Very, very long lasting on the skin, and again, very easy to blend and work with. And I have literally found the exact matching dupe in this one by Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Blush in the color number 25. It does have a shade name. I think it's like pink or something. Pink Rose. I'll pop it down below. But look at these two. Look how close those colors are. You would honestly never be able to tell the difference between them. And they both look really soft and natural on the skin. They both stay put. So by that I mean you don't put your blush on in the morning and then find by lunchtime that it's gone. It's like, I'm taking the day off. Goodbye. Enjoy your day at work. No. These last all day long. I love matte blushes. It's my favorite formula. I've got enlarged pores. So yeah, I don't like to mess with shimmers on my cheeks because really, I mean, highlighters obviously, but shimmery blushes, they just emphasize my pores. If I apply these on the skin, it looks like exactly the same color on both sides. Yeah. Now for highlighter, I have got the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Resi highlighter, and as a dupe, I have the Maybelline Master Chrome. Now I did talk about this in a recent dupes video, and it was a little bit contentious because a lot of you were like, no, they are nothing alike. Nikki, you're crazy. I swear to you, these look exactly the same on my skin. Now obviously the Anastasia one, it's a little bit more of like a pale looking gold in the pan. It looks quite light. And the Maybelline looks like a little bit more of like a deeper gold, a little. But on my skin, these are seriously, I mean, you're about to see. Let's stop rambling and let's just show you. Okay, let's go in with the Resi one first. And I mean, this stuff is insane. Look at it. It is like pigmented like you would not believe. Applying that, whoa. I always accidentally go in with way too much. Every single time. Bling. Oh, hey. Bling. Then picking up the Maybelline one, going in and then applying it. Yeah, guys, it looks exactly the same. Even though this one looks so much darker in the pan, it looks exactly the same on my skin. And it's just as blinding. Look at it. It's just as crazy. It makes my skin look like it's wet. Crazy pigmented, super long lasting. Both of them, I feel like I've put too much on. You know how it is. But yeah, honestly, if you're after a dupe, this Maybelline one is so bang on close. It's not even funny. And then for lips, I have my current favorite lipstick. I've been wearing this one pretty well every single day. This is by Urban Decay, and it is their cream lipstick in the color Liar. Really beautiful sort of warm tone nude. I'm going to pop that on my lower lip. I love the formula of this. It's so hydrating and comfortable, but at the same time, like it's long lasting. Like it doesn't just wipe off as soon as you have a snack or something. It still stays put. Well, this one by Rimmel, this is the Rimmel Kate in the shade 07, is exactly the same color and exactly the same formula and texture and wear time, but it is literally like 1/5 of the price. I'm gonna apply that to Tutlit. Actually smells better too. It's got like a yummy cherry scent. It looks like I've applied exactly the same lipstick on my top and lower lip. Oh, it feels so creamy and smooth on the lips. I love that. Well, there you have it, guys. That is a full face of affordable drugstore dupes for some of my definitely most used and loved higher end products. Yeah, I love dupes. I love being able to save money, and I love being able to help you guys save money. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video as much as you enjoyed all of the other dupe videos. If you haven't seen them, I will link some of them down below. And if you've got a favorite dupe that you think that I need to know about, please pop it in the comments down below as well so that I can check it out. I got a little list of stuff to buy from you guys. I love it when you guys are like, Nikia, this is my favorite. You've got to try it. I 9 times out of 10 will go and buy that product myself because I trust you guys. You guys have good taste. You do. But yes, that's about it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love you all so much. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.